Hello everybody, it's a wonderful day today. In this video we're talking about Palantir stock. They just released their earnings report and I'm going to go through their earnings report and see if it's still a good investment in 2021. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Also feel free to like this video for the YouTube algorithm so more people can learn about investing in finance. Palantir is a technology company that specializes in data analysis. Palantir is currently trading around $27.08. It's currently down 2.73% on a day. The earnings report was released over here. Then it went down 11%, and today it went up, and then it went down. It closed at 2.73% down. So I'm just going to go through the earnings report. So we're on the earnings report right now. So they have 47% revenue growth, 17% adjusted operating margin, 21 deals signed in Q4, each worth $5 million or more. So that is really good. They launched a partnership with IBM to integrate with IBM Cloud Pak for data and IBM's 2,500 person sales force. So I talked about this in my later videos. They got $482 million revenue from commercial customers in 2020, 44% of total revenue. Nearly half the revenue was from commercial customers. Some more good news. Signed a multi-year contract with Rincenso to improve results in safety, cost, and production. So we can just see they have tons of deals. They expanded their work with BP to power net zero emissions. The reason I like this company is because how easy they can get partnerships with large companies. You can see here with BP, IBM, there's more and more. 110 million in revenue from government customers in 2020, which is 56% of total revenue. This makes sense because the government will need their services. For example, to prevent terrorists from hacking their data. 2020, we generated 1.093 billion in revenue, which is up 47% from 2019. Also, they generated 104 million in adjusted operating income. So that's some good news. We're going to focus on their 3 months ended. Their revenue in 2019 was 229 million, but in 2020, their revenue was 322 million. So that is some good growth. Their cost of revenue in 2019 decreased in 2020. So that's some good news, which means their gross profit also increased. So they have 251 million gross profit in 2020. To 2019, they had 153 million in gross profit. They have a lower net loss in 2020 than in 2019, so that's good. So according to the income statement, it's looking good for the stock. December 31, 2020, they had 2.6 billion in assets, at 1.1 billion in liabilities. Their assets are greater than their liabilities, so that's good. They have 197 million in debt, but that's not a problem. That is not a problem, because if we look here, their cash is at 2 billion, so they can pay that off easily. So they're not going to bankrupt anytime soon. So the main thing I want to point out that might have drove the stock down was because of this loss of operations. 2020, they had a 32% loss, but in 2019, they had a 31% loss. It's only 1%, but I still think it's significant. I wouldn't worry about the stock-based compensation. They had increased revenues in 2020, and this is a way to pay back the employees. Employer payroll taxes related to stock-based compensation. So I wouldn't worry about this because this is also a way to pay back the employees. So to me, I wouldn't worry about that too much. So what are the large institutions doing with Palantir? Baker Avenue Assets Management had increased their positions in the stock. 2 institutions that decreased their positions on the 16th of February. So a majority of these institutions are increasing their positions, so that is good. 2 institutions may be short selling the stock. That's just my opinion. If you believe in the company, then invest in the company. Don't base your decision on these institutions. ARK INVEST bought 1.5 million more shares. So that is some good news. If ARK INVEST is buying more, that is also a good sign. Usually when a company releases their earnings report, it usually goes straight down or goes straight up. But in this case, Palantir went straight down. I do think the cause of this was because the loss of operations was larger this year than last year. I would invest $1,000 in this company. $1,000 is just an example. You can invest how much you want in this company. So tomorrow, put your first $250 on the stock, no matter the price. If you can catch a dip, that would be wonderful. If you can't, that's fine. On Friday, if it drops to $25, put your next $250 on that. Then on Monday, if it's a red day, put your next $250 on that. On Tuesday next week, if it's a red day, put your last $250 on that. So the stock is really volatile. So that's why we average down, so we can catch the dips. My long-term price target for this is $100 in 5 years. Could go straight down to $20 if it's not successful. So that was my whole analysis on the recent earnings report. And don't be scared of these dips. Use these as a buying opportunity. Palantir has great fundamentals. If the fundamentals are strong, then invest. What you do is really up to you. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one, and happy investing.